Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll start shortly. People are entering now. Luis, can you hear me? This is a test, sound test.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, great,
Okay.
perfect.
Sorry about that. We're getting ready. Okay.
We'll wait for a few more minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna turn off the camera momentarily so we can get ready here.
Great, thank you.
Here. Yes. I won't have one box. Mr. Nessa, this is the part where I can know. When you send me to the staff meeting, I was doing that.
Can we all put everything on mute until while we waiting? It's 12:16. We will start, the meeting's supposed to start at 12:15. We're going to begin in about 3 minutes. We're going to begin about 3 minutes. Give people enough time to join. Thank you. Good afternoon again. We'll start at 12:20. It's 12:18 now. Thank you. It's 12:19. We're going to start in 60 seconds. 12:20. Thank you. It's 12:20. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Thank you for spending your lunchtime joining my clients, Laredo Transit Management, as we announce the federal fiscal year 2024-2026 DBE goal calculation and theory behind it, as well as a presentation of the upcoming projects. It's about 7 projects that we're going to show you in the presentation worth over $55 million. There's portions of that that are goods and purchases, others services and constructions and procurement for construction. So I'm very excited. We all are very excited to make this presentation. My name is Goodwille Pierre from Goodwille Pierre LLC, and I am a consultant for Laredo Transit Management, El Metro. If you have difficulty hearing me or anything on nature, please raise your hand or just send me a chat, text, or anything. And before we get started, I would like to allow the director of Laredo Transit Management Inc., Mr. Robert Garza, to welcome everyone. Mr. Garza, you're up.
Thank you, Goodwill. This is RJ Garza. I'm Robert Garza, the transit director for El Metro. Welcome everyone. I know it's during for many of us it's during lunchtime, and taking this out of the way from that. We appreciate your participation, and we look forward to you participating in our contracts and bidding process and whatnot. I do want to introduce our team. This is our opportunity for DBEs to participate with our goal setting, and we want to go above and beyond the goals. As during the presentation, you will hear what those goals are. Some of the projects, we are very excited about these projects and want to get them moving forward. So nevertheless, I want to introduce our El Metro team individually. I'm going to first off with joining us is Mr. Oscar Gomez, and he's our public outreach manager. And I'd like for him to say a few words in Spanish as well. So.
Buenas tardes, gusto de, que estén con nosotros este día. Si alguna persona de aquí en la Junta requiere que se le ayude como traducir en español la presentación, con gusto le podemos ayudar. Simplemente nomás levantar la mano si hay una persona aquí en la audiencia que requiera asistencia de traducir, con gusto podemos hacer eso. If there's anyone in this presentation that would like to have translating in Spanish, I'm more than welcome to help you guys do that as well. Thank you for joining us. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Le paso a Mr. Garza, el gerente del metro.
Gracias. Well, thank you, Oscar. Gracias. His Spanish is much better than mine, so I just wanted to give him the opportunity. But anyway, thank you. Also with us is Eloisa Mascoro. She's our Disadvantaged Business Liaison Officer. She's also our Grants Officer. So I'd like to introduce her. She will be like a point of contact for wanting to know more about each individual opportunity, business opportunities and things like that. You can still contact me, but she's actually the point of contact for this particular program. So, Eloisa.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eloisa Mascoro. Like Mr. Garza mentioned, I'm the grant administrator and also the Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Liaison. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My information will be posted towards the end of this presentation. If you don't feel comfortable speaking out during the presentation, go ahead and write down my information and I'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eloisa. And also with us, joining us, participating in this meeting, I wanted to introduce one of our project managers. Be introduced, and that's Miss Monica Serna. She's our Transit Center Facility Manager. And so she will be a point of contact for a lot of the projects that we're doing, and that you'll be introduced here later. So I just wanted to recognize her. So that's our Metro team, and again, if you have, at the end of the program, if you have questions about each individual project, we're here to answer those questions. I'm very excited about it, and there's opportunities for even a business that offers freight assistance or different types of projects that you may have, even as a subcontractor. So we're going to point all those things, opportunities out to you, and we hope to achieve, like I mentioned, our goal above and beyond our goal this year. Mr. Goodwille.
Thank you so much, Director Garza. I appreciate it. Everyone, I'm very excited about this, and I'm very excited about the excitement of Laredo Transit Management. You'll find out that they've had challenges meeting their goals, their high goals. And so the calculation of the goals takes that into account. But also, it so happens that they have $55 million in contracts. I've worked with El Metro for the past 7 years, and this is the most amount of grant-funded projects that I've seen in these 7 years. I also want to just kind of remind everyone that they didn't kind of know automatically, but they are my client. I also do other work in Laredo, and I live in Houston. So if I can do it, anyone can. So don't look at this as just a dog and pony show or anything of that nature. There's some real contracts, real opportunities, and everyone at El Metro is ready, willing, and able to assist anybody doing work. I'm going to say this in the presentation, but I'm going to start off by saying it now, that while we're talking about disadvantaged business enterprises and the goals in trying to encourage individuals to be certified, it is not required that you be certified to work on projects, to go after projects, to present, to do joint ventures. It's not required. DB certification is required only to count toward their goals, their monetary spend, but it's not required to do any work. So don't feel that you are not allowed to participate because you're not DBE. Okay, with that said, I'm going to take a few minutes for those lucky people who joined early and on time to give a 30-second elevator pitch. I'm going to call your name based upon what I see. If that name is not accurate, then please correct me. And we're going to do 30 seconds. You're going to tell your name, your business, this type of work that you do, and if you are DBE or not a DBE, if you ever worked for El Metro in the past. So your name, the name of your business, the type of work that your business does, and if you've ever done work with El Metro or not, and also if you're a DBE. So I'm going to start with Miss Elena Daza. Ms. Daza, please unmute yourself and give us your 30-second elevator speech, please. So we're going to come back to Ms. Daza. I'm going to go next to Chad Ramsey. Chad, please give us your 30-second elevator speech. Unmute yourself. If anyone, if I miss anyone or go past anyone because they've had technology issues, I'll come back to you. So Chad Ramsey, we're going to go to Clarence McAllister. Clarence, please, you already unmuted. You're on deck. Let's go.
Absolutely. Good morning. Clarence McAllister, Fortis Engineers. We're civil, electrical, mechanical, and structural engineers. We've had 20 plus years transit experience, based in Phoenix, Arizona, with an office in Dallas, Texas as well, and very interested in working on the pre-con, on the design of these projects. Thank you for the opportunity. And
Okay.
Ms. Daza is part of our team, so I'll be taking care of her 30 minutes elevator speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your efficiency. And there are some design opportunities on projects. There's some projects are in design, but there are design opportunities on many of these projects as well. And we'll talk about that later. Now we have Esmeralda Davila. Miss Esmeralda Davila, 30-second elevator speech. If you would like, you're on deck.
Hello, hi. My name is Esmeralda Davila. I'm with Just Touch Interactive. We do AR, VR, and 3D visualizations for industrial and urban infrastructure projects. We've worked with Houston Metro before for projects with community engagement. So if you're interested, I'm here to find more about this project. So just let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Davila. And so next, we have Gerardo Gutierrez. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. 30-second elevator speech. You are on deck.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Gerardo Gutierrez. My business is the Sentiment Group. The type of work we provide is overall project management, marketing, promotions, and technology infrastructure. We try to align all of those things together, making sure you're using the right technology with the right solutions. And we make sure that we implement that correctly. I've not done business with the Metro, but looking forward to at least learning about the opportunities and getting on your supplier list to do future work. And I am MBE DBE certified, as well as certified with the NMSDC and their local chapter here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Next on deck is Mr. Joseph G. I can't see that last name, but Lukowski. Lukowski. Thank you so much. You on deck. 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's a good Mexican apellido. Muy buenas tardes. I'm Joseph Lukowski. I live and work actually in San Antonio, but the name of my company is Laredo Technical Services. And we're a federal, we provide federal support services to our federal agencies around the world and overseas. We are DBE certified, MBE certified, and service disabled veteran-owned small business. We pretty much do staff augmentation to include medical support services, facility support services. We've worked on the border once with the Homeland Security folks. But we have no experience working with El Metro, but we're excited to participate and see how things turn. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And when these things are built, there's going to be a need for your services, I am sure. Thank you so much. Next, we have Ray Friam. If I apologize if I mispronounced that. You're on deck. 30 seconds. You're on. Ray calling once. Ray calling twice. Next, we have Ms. Vicky Adroghetti Mata. Ms. Mata, you are
good
on deck.
announcing. Hi,
Did
my
I do
name's
it?
Vicky.
Did I hit it right?
Yes, you said it. You said it. Most people don't. My name's Vicky Adroghetti Mata. I work for the Texas Department of Public Transportation. I am the DBE subject matter expert. So thank you for inviting me to your meeting.
That is awesome. I'm so glad that you made it. It is awesome. El Metro is happy too. Thank you so much, Vicky, for taking time out your lunch to join us. Next, we have Yvonne Robinson. Yvonne Robinson, your 30-second elevator speech. You are up. Yvonne going once. Yvonne going twice. Thank you. And I'm gonna come back very quickly to Chad Ramsey, in case you are ready now, Chad. And after that, we're gonna move on. Going once, Chad. Going twice. Great. We're gonna start now the presentation. Once again, my name is Goodwille Pierre from Goodwille Pierre LLC. I am a licensed attorney. Don't hold that against me. And I'm a DBE consultant for quite a few grant-funded, federal grant-funded agencies around the country. I'm also a DBE, ACDB expert, as well as Title VI. And I'm so excited to work with Laredo Transit Management to present to you their upcoming Triennial Federal Fiscal Year 2024-2026 Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Goals and the listing of project announcements for that same period. So going to the first slide. So the overall purpose of this is to provide an overview of the projects and our method, discuss the goals and the method used to calculate them, and get input regarding what adjustments should be made to the goal methodology. And there are 3 magic questions pursuant to the Code of Federal Regulations that we're going to address directly to you. And then, of course, afterwards, we'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions you would like concerning timing of projects, particular types of work in the projects, and how you can get down. So let's get into it. So for all you nerds like me, I had to throw this out there so you can know where to go, where I pull information from. 49 Code of Federal Regulations, that's what CFR means, Part 26. Department of Transportation, all these wonderful departments within that. DBE program for recipient contracting. Recipient means those receiving the federal funds are recipients. And they provide requirements for goal setting for federally funded contracts, and they include basic certification standards for DBEs. And we're going to go into that as well. So hopefully you can see this, but brief statement on how goals are calculated. And you can find these directly in 49 CFR Part 26.45. And this is the base figure. This is the first part of calculating the goal. So what I do is I ask my client, hey, can you give me all the contracts you anticipate that are going to be bidded out, let, or you'll send an RFQ out for the 3 years, fiscal years, that's in question. And this particular time is October 1st, 2023 to September 30th, 2026. Then next, what I do is I break down the scope. I get an engineer or design person to help me break down these projects into subcontractable portions of it, everything from the mobilization to the drywall, to the electrical, to the cement, to everything, you know what I mean? As much as can be done. Some can be calculated and broken down. Some can't. Like I don't have anything for people doing, catering, you know what I mean? Or someone having water on a project. Those are other things you have to ask about, and we're going to talk about that in the end. Then I calculate the analysis of the weighted availability. We're going to discuss what that means. Then what I do is I research and identify the total number of businesses in the particular market area, which for this is state of Texas, in each of those particular scopes. And I use the county business patterns for the state of Texas, 2021 to be exact. And that's the denominator, and we'll talk about that when you see the formula. Then I research and identify the total number of DBEs who are in the same market area using the same type of NEXT code, North American Industry Classification System code, utilizing the Texas Unified Certification Program database. And I use this as of January 2024. So these are a list of all the projects. You have 7 here. You have the 20 transit operation and maintenance facilities. Some of that is being designed as we speak. There are portions of that that's still up for design. And that's $32.5 million. That is the bulk of what these projects are. Then you have a purchasing opportunity, which has very little DBE opportunity. The first one has a lot of DBE opportunity. You have a $2.2 million in purchases of vans. Then you have a $2 million CNG plant replacement. You also have a bus replacement program. That is a lot, 13 million. Not much opportunity there. And we're going to talk about that, but it is significant. And then we have bus stop replacement. I mean, that is a project which a DBE can take and do all their own. All right, so I want to encourage people to do that. You also have a transit center renovation. another $1.7 million project. And then you have the micro transit services, a little like a Uber services for Metro that they're going to go out, and although there's not many subcontractable opportunities there to purchase cars or lease things out, there are opportunities for DBEs, and we'll talk about those details to kind of form a company and be part of that. We'll learn more as we go on. So this is the formula, and before I'm going to run through it fast so no one gets a headache, but this little sigma right here is the sum, and really there should be another bracket around everything. So this is being taped, so I want to make sure that people at the FTA don't think that I'm calculating wrong. But you'll take all the active DBEs that we discussed, that's the numerator, and divide that by all of the businesses, which include the DBEs utilizing census data, and multiply by that by 100. That is the availability. But it's not enough just to have the availability, because each one of those subcontractable aspects of each project represent a portion of the project in percent scope or in this budgeted dollar amount. So you take the sum of all the similar scopes of the project, so drywall, mobilization, electrical, design, engineering, project management, and you take what the total dollar amounts are for all that summed up, and then you divide that by the total dollar amount of the whole 7 project, which is 55 million. And you multiply that by this figure that I multiplied by 100, and then you add all of those up to come up with an availability figure based upon the weighted availability of each particular part. I know that was a mouthful, but let's get down some of the numbers. And so I made a point to put on the next 3 slides all of the different scopes and what all these things mean. And just an example, bonding and insurance. You know, we have 3 DBE bonding or insurance agencies who do bonding who are certified DBEs. And this is going to be really significant toward the end when I ask those 3 questions, by the way. Using the census data is 906 agencies here. So you divide that, you get a particular availability. The weight of that compared to all the projects, 0.31, and then you have a weighted amount that equates to. And you do this with every single scope. Cement, you have demolition, site prep. For example, electrical, you have here 6.95 weighted. And you can see which part is a lot, by the way. You have heating, HVAC, 9.31. You have up here under engineering. Now, engineering is the project management as well, includes it in addition to the engineering up top, which is the design and architectural design. I broke those out for the purposes of this goal calculation. And see, you have the 3rd slide, which has the remaining of the scopes. Van purchases, you see there's very, very little opportunity for that. Safety, security, trucking, a lot of opportunity. Altogether, when you add it, when you go back to this formula and you add everything up, that's what that little sigma is. That's the base one. That's the base figure, which is the step 1 process, which equates to 4.667. That's the percent weighted availability. Now, the reality is that we have to adjust that. That's part 2 of our calculations, which can be found in subsection D of 26.45 of 49 CFR. And what that is, we look at ways in which we can adjust based upon the real world. And there are several ways which you can do this. 4 of the ways are past accomplishments, look at disparity studies, goals for other transit programs, and I'm going to talk about that verbally, even though it's not on the slide, and then continuing efforts of past discrimination. We choose to use past accomplishment because we didn't have the disparity studies, and we do look at goals from other transit programs only to look at ours to see if ours fall in line with others have calculated, and it does. So in the past, from 2016 to 2022, you see they started with high goals, but they have not been successful in reaching those goals for a number of reasons. And so you have a negative goals accomplishment, in fact, 3.885%. So that adjustment utilizing the formula is an average of the median of the accomplishment, which is negative 3.835. That's the median. That's the median, means middle number. And the average of the base 1 figure and that median, which equals to 0.416%. So what this literally means is that out of the $55 million, the total goal that El Metro wants to achieve at minimum is 0.416%. Now, let me share something with you, and at the end, I'm sure Director Garza will also state exactly what I'm saying. Number one, this 0.416% is what the minimum goal is. However, El Metro is trying to exceed that goal. The fact that they have a lot of anticipated grant-funded projects totaling over 55 million is a great opportunity to look for ways to achieve it. And I'm going to go back to this presentation of the number of projects just to make this second point. There's somewhat well, the second point I'm trying to make is that there are many projects that have very little goal participation or very little DBE or very little subcontractable portions of it, like the purchase of vans. Not many DBEs can purchase vans or buses or anything like that. So not every single project will have that 0.416. There's some will have very little goal or no goal at all because there's no opportunity. But there are others like the Transit Operating Maintenance Facility, the actual bus stop replacement program, and the transit center renovation that will have high goals, anywhere from 16% to 5%, depending on the opportunity. So just because of the goal of overall, the 3-year total amount of participation or dollars used is at minimum 0.416, does not mean at all. In fact, I rest assured it's not going to happen that every goal will be stamped 0.416. No, each contract goal is calculated for the amount of opportunities for that and will be published when those goals are let out to bid. But the overall goal for the next 3 years is 0.416. So now, with that said, we're going to get to now one of the core things or core purposes to get from this presentation. I got to mention about DBE certification and repeat what I said also, that if anyone here is not DBE certified or you know people that would like to be DBE certified, and again, DBE stands for Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. I am DBE certified and ACDB certified, which is Airport Concession Disadvantaged Business Certified. You can, El Metro is not a certified entity. And so you have to go through the Department of Transportation in Austin. And that's the website, the link that you can go to find, or you can Google TUCP, Department of Transportation, and be able to find it. Texas Department of Transportation, excuse me. By the way, this presentation will be sent to everybody participating in this. So you'll have all the notes and everything like that. Firms must be certified to count toward the goal, but you are not required to be certified to work on El Metro projects. I just want to repeat that. So now we got 2 more things we're going to do, and I'm excited because we almost finished, but we're going to also give people opportunity to ask questions, any questions you would like about the project. But I have to ask these 3 questions. These 3 questions are very important in an effort to get a gauge on how El Metro is doing, but also to facilitate improvement in what El Metro does. And so we're going to start. I'm going to read all 3 questions, and then I'm going to go over each question individually and wait for individuals to respond to them if you do have a response. I want to say if anyone feels uncomfortable because this is being taped and recorded to ask questions publicly, you can always send questions in anonymously to the director or Ms. Mascuro. And everything that's being sent or everything that's communicated is sent with the goal calculation to the Federal Transit Administration. So we're very, very serious about this. They're very, very serious. And here are the questions. The first question is, we would like to know the availability of disadvantaged businesses and non-disadvantaged businesses. So what that means is, does anyone here know of any place in which El Metro can look and find individuals who are either DBE certified or individuals who are not, but you know that they qualify to be DBE certified. Those qualifications, you got to be owned and operated by a person who's socially and economically disadvantaged. Socially disadvantaged, it's presumed you are if you are a Black, Latino woman, Asian, or or you can show that you are, but you are assumed. And then your economic disadvantage is if you have a personal net worth of $1.32 million or less. So if you know of anyone, we're going to ask that you provide that to us, and that information is then utilized to get a different number. We get that list and add it to the numerator that will change our goal depending on how many individuals they are. The next questions is the effect of discrimination on contract opportunities. What this means is, are you aware of any reason or any incident of racism, discrimination, or discouragement that has prevented you or caused you not to even want to bother going after projects at El Metro? You know, do you know of anyone who's been treated badly because of their race, gender, demographics, ethnic origin, or anything? Then we want to hear that. We want to hear that. And the last question is, how has El Metro done over the past few years in leveling the playing field? How has El Metro done to contribute to a equal level playing field to give opportunities to disadvantaged business enterprises to compete and go after contracts? Or if you don't know that, what are some of the things that El Metro can do as far as outreach, as far as communication or anything to improve their efforts in leveling the playing field? And those are the three questions. So I'm going to go over those three questions individually now, wait for a few, and give people opportunity to chime in. We are really, really looking forward to hearing what you have to say. And then after that, we are going to seek questions for anybody, from anyone who want to ask about any upcoming projects. So let's talk about the first question. Okay, everyone here, are you aware of any place, anywhere in Texas? Because you know we've gotten the list of DBEs from the Texas Unified Certification Program, but is there any other place that you are aware of where El Metro could have found more DBEs or individuals who would be eligible to be DBEs than just where they looked? I'm gonna give everyone an opportunity to reflect on that and respond if you have an answer. Okay, let's go to question number 2. The effects of discrimination on contract opportunities. Have you experienced, or do you know anyone who experienced, or have you heard, or do you feel, or do you get an inkling in your soul that there are concerns you may have on how you're being treated, or if you've been treated poorly or bad in your attempt to try to get opportunities or contracts with El Metro? Anything? And the Metro has done a very, very good job, but we still got to ask their questions. And, you know, you may have heard some things. So this is your opportunity to kind of communicate that, because when we get that information, we send it to the FTA and we work to improve those situations, those conditions, to make it better for everyone to compete. Finally, please give us your opinion on El Metro's efforts to establish a level playing field for the participation of DBEs. You know, how has Metro been doing in the past? I recognize one or two names from 2021, and now it's 2024. So I'm looking forward to hearing what has happened since the time that you were last in a meeting like this with El Metro. Have you gone after projects? What can El Metro do better? What is El Metro not doing? Anything? I want to repeat, there's a lot of, okay, I hear someone trying to speak. Please tell your name if you want to, and let us know what you feel.
This is Joseph Lukowski. I just want to just say, you know, this whole outreach effort is a wonderful demonstration of El Metro's outreach to the public, and the email I received went to a lot of people, but I think this presentation is an acknowledgement of an attempt to level the playing field by making this available to the public. That's available on the database with the state of Texas for DBEs, and it's much appreciated.
Thank you so much. How did you get this? How did you get this invitation?
Email.
Okay, great. Anybody else? I want to repeat again, I can't say it enough, that if you don't feel comfortable, or if later on after this, you know, prior to the next 3 years, you want to chime in, you can always send an email Our goals can always be updated. It's not stuck in stone. And so anything can be utilized or sent or transmitted to the FTA. You have it right. This is your tax dollars. Grant money goes into funding of these projects to make El Metro a better place to serve this community, and it's being made available for participation of DBEs. So I want to thank you. This is the contact information for Ms. Eloisa Mascudo. She is the Disadvantaged Business Liaison Officer. She's been in this position for maybe close to a year, and she's also the grant manager. So she's very excited about the position and about assisting and helping anybody, DBEs or non-DBEs that wants to find out more information. So her email and her phone number is there if you can see it. And like I said, everyone will also receive this. Do I have a question?
The camera.
Okay. So I want to thank you on behalf of the mayor of the city of Laredo, the city council, the director of El Metro. I want to thank you for participating. I also want now to present an opportunity for anyone to ask any questions you may have. To facilitate that, I'm going to go back to the slide that has a list of the projects that are upcoming. And if anybody wants to ask any questions about those projects, El Metro, Laredo Transit Management has made sure that they had people here to answer any questions you may have. So I see the hand from Mr. Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez, you are on. Ask your question.
Yeah. Yes. With regards to purchasing for this project or even future projects in the area of technology like computer equipment, do we need to be a DIR supplier or on a subcontract with a DIR supplier, or will you work with us for smaller purchases?
Okay, so explain. I know what DIR means. If, I can explain it, or you may explain it in case anyone in Laredo Transit wants to know. But would you like to explain that?
Sure. The DIR is the Department of Information Resources. It's I'm not sure if it's a state
of
agency.
Texas.
For the state of Texas. They have requirements, I believe, for all state agencies, including school districts, et cetera, that purchases for technology need to go through a fully realized
cooperative
RFP.
agreement.
Yeah.
Cooperative agreements. Great. Would you like to? Does anyone? Would anyone in El Metro like to respond to that question in regard to technology? Is El Metro? Do El Metro utilize the cooperative agreements, or do you go out for technology independently?
Yeah, on some of our projects, we do participate with or partners with cooperative agreements, buy boards, and things of that nature.
But is there still opportunities? Is there still opportunities for those who do not?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there is opportunity. This is a great way to find out and reach out to those that may not have that opportunity, and if we know, we can help provide you with the information you need to get to put the bid out and things like that. Yeah, definitely. Now, I also wanted to discuss a little bit, I guess after the questions, there are some other opportunities within these projects about other things that are not detailed in here, so that I can explain that a little bit further.
Definitely. So just to say what he said, I mentioned that. So there's subcontractual portions that the design engineer provided me, but that may not always be evidenced or displayed. And so after the questions, and if there's not, you explain it, we want to, El Metro, Representative El Metro would like to pull those out so those who are here, or if you know anyone, can actually know what types of ones that are not listed in the scope of services that you can go after. So are there any more questions? Well, we're ready, Director Garza, for you to kind of communicate that.
Yeah, let me just go over a couple of things. For instance, the renovation project for the transit center, that's a 1.7 million. That consists of the scope. We haven't put all the scope of work together. We're gonna we would hire an architect, if you will, or engineer to help us with that. We don't have anybody right now for that, and so it's just in the preliminary stage. But moving forward, the work that we are wanting to achieve is a structural design. We're having some issues with the structure. This is over a 20-year facility, so we want to bring it up to par to make sure everything's fine there. We also want to upgrade the lighting system, the air conditioning, the HVAC system. We have an opportunity to maybe introduce solar into the transit center. This is a 5-story parking center as well. So up on the 5th floor, we have an opportunity of maybe putting a solar system to help us reduce the energy costs and things like that. Also, there may be some doors that need to be upgraded or replaced, and other upgrades, you know, that is in the design phase once we get to that point and get some recommendations from the architect or engineering. So that has a lot of different opportunities there, and so I wanted to point that out. Also, the transit operations and maintenance facility, as Goodwille mentioned, we already have that's in the design phase right now, but that also includes the CNG plant replacement will be placed at that facility. So anything dealing with CNG, this Laredo is dedicated to compressed natural gas. We are converting all our diesel to compressed natural gas. And that's where these bus replacements come into play. There's about 20 buses that will replace all our diesel. We'll be at 100% CNG. But also in the bus replacement, we also have 11 onboard monitoring systems to help with outreach program to help the public understand the regulations and what other events and things that the cities has or what we have going on. So to just do more public outreach with monitoring systems on board each unit. And then it also includes upgrading fare box systems for all our units as well. And also a new generator for the new facility. So some of that money in the 13 million area includes like a, $400,000, $500,000 generator to be placed at the new facility. So that's the plans there. The bus stop replacement program is, we have 12 identified sites that we are working actually as we speak with TxDOT for that particular project. And we have 12 sites that we have identified that we're going to enhance. A lot of them are in front of Walmart, HEB. So they're talking about big designs, not just a small little bus stop shelter, but some of them will be it's a big project. So that's why you see that the 1.25 million in there. The micro transit system, we as Goodwille mentioned, that's a lot of vans, and it will have an app to help with that particular service. Right now, we don't have an app that will, so we're working on that. And so all these are just projects with the exception of the transit operation and maintenance. that's been already started. Everything else has not. So just wanted to point that out. Any questions for us? And thank you again for being here. And Assistant, I want to also reach out. I know there was several others that wanted to join this the meeting, but maybe they didn't have the opportunity. I want to send them the presentation as well. Goodwill, if you would, those I believe we had a total of 34 or 36 people.
Yeah, it'll be sent to everybody who registered, and then of course it's going to also be on your website as well.
Okay.
I want to read one of our participants who had a problem unmuting, Ray Freem of Code Red Business Solution Inc. They're a consulting firm that specializes in transit applications. This is what you said, including enterprise asset management, fleet reliability and maintenance management, reliability-centered maintenance. They also support agencies in meeting their regulatory requirements and grant management. Various reporting requirements include NTD and development of various programs that are usually audited in triennial reviews. They are DBE certified in 13 states, including Texas, and are veteran, a socially disadvantaged veteran-owned business. And everyone has access to the chat, and his email is in the chat. And everyone, of course, El Metro has all this, but I want to recommend that, and I say this to everyone, you can imagine everyone gets a lot of email messages, even email messages I sent, you lucky enough to read it, not everyone, but do something different. Actually mail your information to Eloisa or the director with some system and email it. And you never know. Sometimes people are so shocked to get mail, they actually remember it a little more. And then I'm sure that they'll have individual opportunity events or pre-proposal meetings or pre-bid meetings to give you an opportunity to meet and coordinate and do joint venturing or teaming opportunities. The closer we get to these bid letting. So any other questions? I see Mr. Gutierrez, do you have another question?
Yes. The question I had was with regards to future notifications, is there a site or a location that we can sign up as a supplier for El Metro? That way we can set ourselves up, our profiles, and then potentially be alerted through their systems of future opportunities.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we can put you with the purchasing department and the contacts. Can you put the contact information for Eloisa so they can make sure to send her an email, and I think we have everybody's email as well, so we can.
Yes, and like that I can set you up with our purchasing department, and anytime that we go out for bids or we have a project, if it's within your scope, we can go ahead and let you know, send you an email.
Yeah, because besides these projects, we do have our operating service, and we operate our fixed route and paratransit, and we have 2 facilities currently. And so, yeah, we if any of these projects alone, I mean, we have other opportunities as well with the current budget and things like that maybe might be interested in bidding.
Great. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Any final words, Director Garza or Ms. Mascudo or anyone from El Metro? Any final words?
No, again, I just want to thank y'all for taking time to participate with us today, and hope that you will be interested in participating with our projects, and we're excited about it, and we want to get these moving forward very quickly. So any questions that you may have, please reach out to Eloisa, and we'll send you the feedback that you need, okay?
Once again, thank you so much on behalf of Laredo Metro. I want to thank you guys for taking your lunch time to join us on this presentation. And please don't just let this be just a stop and go. Please email, mail, and follow up. These are real opportunities over the next 3 years. And I would love to get reports next time of how many people who are in this meeting who have actually participated in these opportunities. Thank you again. Please be safe. Have a blessed rest of the day and a blessed weekend. I look forward to working with every single one of you guys. Thank you so much, Laredo Transit Management. And if there are no other questions, farewell. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to leave?